Ho, ho, ho. Holy cow. It's a good day to be a Bucs fan. Welcome to a pop-up little surprise edition of Bucs Live. We've got a lot to be happy about. Go Bucs.
Are you ready? Get ready.
Get ready. It's time for Bucs Live.
Wait a minute. Bucs Live.
Bucs Live.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers talk with Rick Hughes and David White-Carver.
This is
Bucs Live.
Let's Go.
Hey guys. Holy cow. Holy cow. The Bucs have played 3 games this December, and they've won all 3 games. They've won 4 out of their last 5 games. They are the 5th best record in the NFC. Surprise, surprise, surprise. It is a good day to be a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. Ha ha! All right, so all you haters out there, perhaps perhaps the problem wasn't Todd Bowles. Perhaps the problem wasn't Baker Mayfield. Perhaps the problem wasn't the defense, now 7th ranked in the NFC. Perhaps the problem was your opinion. Maybe you didn't give it enough time. This is why you don't bail on coaches too early. What if we had fired Todd Bowles in week 7? This is why you don't do that. This is why you wait. This is why you hang around. This is why, because tonight it is a good day to be a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. Tonight is, man, it feels good. And it's hilarious watching these people online. When you sit there and say to these people, well, what'd you wanted to fire Bowles. You wanted to get rid of Baker. You said the team sucks. What about that?
You told me it was the right thing to do. Look, I know what I told you to do, but when I told you to do that, I was... Ralph, I was...
They can't even say they're wrong. They can't even admit that they were wrong. They were wrong. 5th best record in the NFC. 5th. Baker just had the first perfect game in Lambeau. I believe any quarterback that's played 5 starts or more or something like that. First time ever visiting Lambeau and having a perfect quarterback rating. He had a great game. Chris Godwin went off. Rashad White went off. Mike Evans had a good game. Keith scored. Everybody scored. It was like Oprah. You get a touchdown. You get a touchdown. We kept scoring, and we were scoring touchdowns, not just field goals. That's an improvement. This team continues to get better. It's good to be excited now, Bucs fans. Now, thump your chest. Thump your chest. Pound your chest. Be loud. Be proud. You've got a lot to brag about. We've won 4 out of our last 5 games. There's a lot to be excited about. So all the whining, all the complaining, let's put it all away. Pack it away. Pack. Nice word today. Pack it away. Guys, let's be realistic. All of a sudden, a couple weeks ago, everybody was saying, I don't want them to go to the playoffs and see them get blown out again. Not too many teams would want to play this Buccaneers team right now. They're getting hot at the right time. It doesn't matter if you're winning in August and September. It really matters when you're winning in December. And this team is 3-0. There is so much to go over. Man, I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. What a horrible day here today with soaking rain, and it's cold and nasty and just an ugly, horrible day outside. Like, 6 people went to the Panthers game, and the Panthers stinking won. They beat the Falcons for us. They beat the Falcons for us. So now, listen, the Bucs' chances of making the playoffs right now, according to Vegas, the Bucs' chances of making the playoffs are it's 83%. Now, let me say this. That means there's 17% chance the Bucs are not going to make the playoffs. Stay on your guard, stay awake, keep hoping, keep following, keep cheering. All of that. This team, I like as Baker put it, this team needs to put this away and move on. But I mean, you're getting close. If you beat the Jaguars next week, you're getting close to clinching a playoff spot. I mean, for everybody saying that the NFC South is so terrible, there may be a wild card team coming from the NFC South. So, man, listen, not everything is perfect. Not everything is perfect. I get that. But there's a lot of good stuff going on. We've got a lot to be happy about as Buccaneers fans. So enjoy it. Man, be happy and let's talk Bucs, man. Let's talk Bucs. There's so much to talk about in the game today. I mean, who are you going to give a game ball to? That's a great question. Who do you give a game ball to? I mean, there's a lot of game balls you can give out. Who Chris Godwin, obviously. Okay, you give it to Chris Godwin. But who else? Who else should get a game ball? A lot of options. This team played a complete game. You hear the term over and over and over, complimentary football. It's a phrase people throw around out there, and you don't really realize this is it. Complimentary football just basically means everybody working together towards the one goal. There weren't a lot of stupid mistakes, although we almost had one on that last touchdown. He almost got the ball knocked out of his hand. But seriously, this team played good football. And everybody who wants to fire Todd Bowles, stop it. Put it away. Pack it away. Learn how to say the words. I was wrong. Don't be like Fonzie.
You told me it was the right thing to do. Look, I know what I told you to do, but when I told you to do that, I was...
Say it. I was wrong. Wrong. It's not that hard. Get it out. It'll feel good. Catharsis, man. Catharsis. You say you were wrong, and then you get on board and you cheer for your team. And you say, you know what? Man, I was wrong. This guy, look what he's doing now when it counts. This team's probably going to have a winning record. Stop and think about this. Todd Bowles coaching this team, $5 million dead cap hit this year. 1/3 of the salary cap. 1/3 of the salary cap. Gone. Okay. Tom Brady, greatest quarterback ever, greatest football player ever. Gone. You lose all kinds of depth pieces because of the salary cap. And this team right now is 7-7 and might have a better record at the end of the year. Very, very possible will have a better record at the end of the year than they had last year, even with all of that. Even with all of the challenges thrown at Todd Bowles, even with all the difficulty, with all the stuff that nobody wants to look at, nobody wants to admit, this team is performing at a high level. That's a fact. That's a fact. And for anybody who says, "Oh no, look at the defense. Look at how many points they gave up." This defense is ranked 7th in the league. All right. This is no longer you can't expect the defense of days gone by with Sapp and Brooks and all that. Those days are gone, man. Those days are gone. You're not going to get that kind of defense anymore, and you got to learn to accept that and wrap your mind around it and embrace it and understand it's a different league now. The rules are different. The way everything happens is different. The league has created an environment to score more points. So understand everything is starting to click right about the time the season ends. It doesn't matter how you're playing in September. It matters how you're playing in December. And this team is really coming around. Dave Canales. Let's talk about Dave Canales. Dave Canales, props. Props to Dave Canales. First year play caller. He skinned his knees up. He bumped his head. He did all these things earlier in the season, made all the mistakes. With a brand new team, by the way. It's not just that it's his first time in this position. It's his first time. It's his first time ever calling plays on a brand new team with players he's not used to and a lot of rookies. Nobody's used to them. They're not used to the league. And little by little by little, this team's gotten better and better and better and better. Rachaad White, I remember people calling for his head at the beginning of this season. Y'all remember that? I don't think Rachaad White is. I just don't think he's an every down back. I don't think he's the guy. I think we need to draft a running back next year. I don't think he's the guy. I remember hearing all of these things, and me just going, "You realize how early it is in the season? Do you realize we have a first year play caller? We have an offensive line that's kind of rebuilt. We have." With rookies on it, and Tristan Wirfs is moving to the left, and we got people all over the place shuffling them around, and the team is kicking butt. You had to give it time. Please, everybody, learn this lesson. You don't fire the coaches just because something's going bad, just because things are going bad right now at this moment. Things are going bad. I know it sounds great to say, well, a good coach, things wouldn't go bad. But sometimes things go bad for good coaching. Sometimes there's difficulty, even for a very talented coach. So this team, these players are coming together. Jason Light, massive props on your draft and the unsigned free agents you brought in this year. Massive props. The rookies are playing. They're dogs. The rookies are the real deal. So, I mean, everybody stop and realize that it's not just right now. Stay the course. Don't jump ship. Stay the course. And the future looks bright. It looks better next year. More money to re-sign players. We're shedding some baggage that we need to. Devin White. I mean, it's this team is positioned in a wonderful way to have gone through a rebuild. This team has gone through a rebuild and is still making the playoffs. This looks like maybe even still winning the division. This is exciting. I don't know about you, but I wasn't a Brady fan. I was a Buccaneers fan, and Brady was my quarterback. So go Brady. I'll cheer for Brady. I'm not a player. I mean, I'm a fan of players, But that's not everything to me. Brady's gone. Those days are gone. And now it's all about the Buccaneers team again. Last year was all about Brady. And I'll say this Jenna Lane from ESPN all year, every question that she asked, because this is what I'm sure ESPN wanted. Every question was about Tom Brady. I mean, even if she was talking to a different player, what's it like playing with Tom Brady? When, was that the most perfect pass ever that Tom Brady threw to you? That's how it worked. Now it's about the Buccaneers. It's about the team, and we're going to go into the playoffs as a team, as the Buccaneers team. So get excited about this team. We're not done yet. We're not in the playoffs yet. So get excited about them now. Root for them now. Go online, say good stuff, and cheer now. Look, I don't care if you said they should fire Bowles and you were wrong. I don't care. It's okay to be wrong. Own it. Say, oh, I was wrong. Yay. Look at my team. There was a time earlier this year when we were pressing the panic button. We were pressing the panic button. And it needed to be pressed. Do you remember us making fun of Todd Bowles?
We did practice well. I practiced hard. Everything looked like it clicked in practice this week. We had 3 good days of practice. He had a good week of practice. He had a good couple weeks. He's practicing good. We like the way he comes to practice every day. We'll have a good practice tomorrow. He's been practicing great. He's 2 weeks in a row now, as well as some good practices as well. So he had a good week of practice. Ron practiced well last week, and I thought he's been practicing well right now, so they have a good week of practice. They always practice hard.
So we had fun making fun of him. We had fun when the team was losing, and all right, he's a little, it's difficult. Okay, one game doesn't make your season. We had a good game today. One game doesn't make your season, right? Okay, so we're 3-0 in December. Well, that was only the Falcons, and I mean, you start coming up with excuses and reasons. Well, 4 out of the last 5. Well, it was the Packers. It was the Packers today. Now you say, well, look at the Packers record now. Yeah, but last week you weren't saying that. Last week, how many of you thought the Buccaneers were going to lose today? But they didn't. And they played their best game. Every week seems to be getting to be a little bit, maybe even last week against the Falcons might have been their best game prior to this game. And this game got better. This is what you want to do. Bucs, let's say Buccaneers go into the playoffs at 9-7. 9-8, sorry. Buccaneers go in at 9-8. What does that mean? That means they did better than last year, that they're on the upswing, they're improving in spite of all the challenges. What if the Bucs win out? It's possible. Probably not likely. It's possible. I'm going to root for them next week against Jacksonville. I'm going to root for them against the Saints, and I'm going to root for them and probably go to the game here against the Panthers. This is the thing, guys. This is why you should be a fan. This is the time to be a fan. You get to brag. You get to be happy. You get to be proud. And this is why you don't only bitch when things are going difficult, so that in moments like this, while you were screaming about how bad everybody is, and the rest of us were saying, hold on, hold on, hold on. You were afraid of being wrong, and you ended up being wrong because of it. You were afraid to support a team and back a team and cheer for a team that might lose. That's part of the deal. It's good to be a Bucs fan today. The Buccaneers kicked butt today. The offense kicked butt. Baker Mayfield was awesome. Dave Canales, great game call. So Baker's not perfect. And all of those people that we've shown your messages saying saying how you want Baker to you want us to lose because you want to get a higher draft pick. We've got the 5th best record in the NFC. It's a good day to be a Buccaneers fan. These are the days we live for. These are the days we want to. This is what we wait for, are moments like this. This is why you cheer for a team, is when all the doubters and all the naysayers and all the people are talking down about your team. You didn't. They're your team. And when all those naysayers and all those doubters and all those people ripping your team are your own team's fans, something sucks. Something's wrong. But guys, get back on the bandwagon. There's room. Right now, there's room. Hop back on, and now's the time to get on. I've seen some of the posts of all the people who were just ripping the team all year long, and then they got tickets to the Green Bay game, and all of a sudden they're like, yo, look at me going to Green Bay. Look at me on the plane. Look at me. I'm a Bucs. Look at me. It's not about the team. It's about you guys putting on your face paint and trying to make the whole thing about you. So I'm standing here as a Bucs fan saying, guess what, man? I've been here since the beginning. I'll be here next year. I'll be here the year after. I've been here this year. I was here last year. I've been here for every bit of it. Today was fun. Today was fun. Jacksonville, it's going to be it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be tough, but didn't they say going into Green Bay was going to be tough? Oh, the Buccaneers record going into Green Bay. They've only won 1 and lost 15 or whatever it was out of the won 14, lost 14 out of the last 15 in Lambeau in the regular season. Well, that may be true, but not today. Not today. We got the game today. We took the game today. Hey, Christopher Cole, how you doing? I see you out there. I see all you guys out there making comments. It's a good day to be a Bucs fan, and the future looks good. Unlike all this year, when all we heard was complaints, the future looks good. So everybody, we got Rashad White. That dude's a stud. We got Mike Evans. He'll be back, I think. We got Chris Godwin. We got all these young players. Cansey, Diaby. We got all these guys. It is a reload. It isn't just a rebuild. It's a reload. So for all of you who are having such a hard time saying that for all of you having such a hard time saying that your opinion about Todd Bowles, you told me to fire Todd Bowles.
You told me it was the right thing to do. Look, I know what I told you to do, but when I told you to do that, I was... Ralph, I was...
It's okay, say it. You were wrong. You were wrong. Baker Mayfield, great pickup. $4 million quarterback, leading us to the playoffs, probably leading us to a better record than Tom Brady did. Shh. Yeah, probably leading us to a better record this year than Tom Brady led us to last year. Because Baker Mayfield is giving everything he's got, is getting out there, playing well, leaving it all out, just leaving it all out on the field. Not Tom Brady last year. This team, this year, this team now deserves your praise and your rooting and your support more than last year. They're leaving it all on the field and proving what they need to prove. 3-0 in December. That's freaking awesome. It is a good day to be a Buccaneers fan. I am excited that that so much has happened. I mean, the league, everything around the league has been beautiful for the Bucs. Every team that's losing, it seems good for the Bucs. I mean, it's just been fantastic. I wish the Rams. It looks like they're going to take care of the Commanders. Would have been better if that wasn't the case. The Cowboys, the unbeatable Cowboys that we might face in the playoffs. The Cowboys who are so amazing and, oh my gosh, all we're going to do is get our butt handed to us. Oh my gosh, they're going to kill us in round one of the playoffs. The Bills are beating the Cowboys right now with 3 minutes and 55 seconds left in the game. They're beating them 31-3. $31-3. The Cowboys are losing. That's interesting. Guys, what if the Bucs go ahead and win a playoff game? It's going to be at home. What if they win a playoff game? What is it going to take? Think now, okay? What's it going to take to say Todd Bowles deserves to come back? For those of you out there who have said Todd Bowles should be fired, I want to ask you, what would it take for you to say the Bucs should keep Todd Bowles? What's that magic moment? If the Bucs go 10-7 and then lose in the first round, does that not work? But if they go 9-8 and then win in the first round, does that work? What is it going to take? For me, I want Todd Bowles back next year. I want Bowles back. I want Canales back. I want to move forward. I want to keep moving forward with this team. Because we're headed in the right direction. And if we're headed in the right direction, why would you want to bail now? Why would you want to bail out? I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to bail. I want to see where this team can go. What's Todd Bowles' record here in Tampa as a head coach? I believe it's almost 500, almost exactly 500. I think he was 8-9 last year. He's 7-7 now, so he's one game below 500. He's 15-16. Everybody's saying this team is so bad. You don't understand the defensive football like we're used to around here. Those days are gone. We have the number 7. We've got a top 10 defense, ranked number 7 in the league. And now our offense is coming to life. There's just so much to be happy about. Chris Godwin going off. He is. Chris Godwin went off today. Had a good game last week. I'm looking up the stats as we speak. Chris first of all, Baker Mayfield, 22 of 28, 381 yards. Count them, 4 touchdowns. How many interceptions? 0. His quarterback rating, 158.3. Rashad White, 89 yards rushing. Chase Edmonds, only 13 yards rushing on 3 attempts, averaged 4.3 yards. Chris Godwin had a pretty good day. 10 receptions, 155 yards. David Moore, please hold the ball when you go into the end zone, dude. 2 receptions, 68 yards, 1 touchdown. Mike Evans, 4 receptions, 57 yards, 1 touchdown. Rashad White, again, remember you guys were calling for his head earlier this year. Rashad White, 2 receptions for 50 yards and 1 touchdown. K. Dotton, 2 receptions for 44 yards, no touchdowns. He sucks. Baker was spreading the ball all over the place. Kokeeft, 1 reception, 2 yards, 1 touchdown. The stats go on and on and on. Antoine Winfield, of course, the leading tackler. Levante David right behind him. Then Isian, then KJ Britt, then D. Delaney. This team played as a unit, as a whole. This team played. Wow. Okay, Eric Moreno says he will be at the Saints-Bucs game on New Year's Eve. Awesome. And Eric, I know you've been a fan and you've stuck with them, even when everybody's online ripping them and saying how horrible this team is. I know you've stuck with them. I know Christopher Cole has stuck with them. And that's the thing. We can stand there with our head proud and know that we stuck with them the whole time. And that's not going to change. So, yeah, Eric. Yeah, Christopher. It's good being a real fan. Somebody who can say, hey, listen, we need to work on this. We need to work on that. This isn't as good as it should be, or that isn't as good as it should be. It's okay to be critical about some things. It's okay if earlier in the year you guys said this running game is awful. I don't know what we need to do, but we need to do something. And they have done some things. They're pulling the tackles. They're doing some different things now to help with the running game, and that's why things have changed. And now teams, what do you cover? The Packers were 31st against the run in the league. 31st. And everybody was like, well, you can expect a big running game today. And one of the first things I said to Todd from Winter Park, one of the followers, one of the very first things I said to him is, Green Bay's going to stack the box. Green Bay's going to bring everybody in the box and dare Baker Mayfield. Dare Baker Mayfield. Say, if you're going to beat us, Baker, it's going to have to be you. Well, guess what happened? So as a Buccaneers fan, be proud. Now's the time to be loud. Don't be afraid to admit it if you were wrong. Don't be afraid to say if
You told me it was the right thing to do. Look, I know what I told you to do, but when I told you to do that, I was...
Okay, so you were wrong. But you picked the Bucs, and that's right. Fun little quick show tonight. I just wanted to hop on because I'm so excited. I wanted to hop on here and spend some time with you guys. And just sort of enjoy the moment. Maybe that's a good way to put it. I just wanted to enjoy the moment. So, guys, as Buccaneers fans celebrate, as Buccaneers fans look forward to what's ahead. If you were one of the guys who said that we should fire Todd Bowles, admit it. You were wrong. You were wrong. It's okay. We're all wrong sometimes. If you hated Baker, admit it. You were wrong. It's okay. That's okay. We're all wrong sometimes. But this team is outplaying last year's team with you know who. You know who retired. And this team is playing even better. It's good to be a Buccaneers fan today. It's very good. As always, guys, you know what I always say here. The only way to end this show makes me feel good saying the words. I've been saying them my whole life. Never going to change. Go Bucs! Go Bucs! Go Bucs.
We sucked today. I sucked today. We sucked today. It was awful.